The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Jackson. And an alley to run. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. They'll throw on 1st down to Jackson. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations. And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way. And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class. So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They'll run here with Ingram, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Jackson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Christian Wilkins brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. 3rd and goal, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out... What, on that ball? Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on. Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out to play in the NFL. I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either. No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. At the 16-yard line. Fitzpatrick under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon. To throw on third down. Fitzpatrick. Wilson's got it complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now. Outside his own goal line. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Jackson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jackson going to throw again. Got a man. It's Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at First Energy Stadium, an AFC matchup between Tennessee and Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Michael Crabtree, a touchdown reception. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Redskins. Jordan Howard, a touchdown run. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And that game's all tied up as they play the visiting LA Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, to call it a defensive battle would be an understatement. 0-0 is our score. We'll be looking for something in that second half as we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the 1 weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. All that and only nets them a yard. It's second down. Now, these two teams have met a total of 15 times starting back in 1997. Of course, remember, Baltimore was moved from Cleveland by owner Art Modell back in 1996, so they didn't have a team prior to that, but they met in 97, 15 times since then. The most recent meeting was back in 2017, a 40-0 rout by the Ravens over the Dolphins in October of that year. The last catch nearly got him at first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick completes it to Ajayi. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They run again with Ajayi. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game. Here's Ajayi. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Back now in Miami, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it took a while to get something, anything, on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? And the way that these defenses have played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Jackson now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them locked on their heels.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Steps away to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Ingram again. And he is going to be stopped